Hey everybody, it's your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Today you all are in for a very, very special treat. Today we have an incredible man who's here today and he's teaching us. He's going to be educating us and teaching us some foundational things today. Now, this is an episode that you won't want to miss. This man is completely changing the absolute game. So you won't want to miss this dynamic episode, this dynamic man. Stay tuned, stay with us. Here we go, like always. Hey everybody, it's your boy Marcus Norman from Gentleman Style Podcast Show. And today we have the incredible Mr. Chase Russell. I had to get suited up for this gentleman. This man is 5-star all the way. Mr. Russell is a 26, get him, 26, young 26-year-old CEO and founder of the Russell Aviation industry. He is a full-time student, father, husband with plans to run for Florida State House of Representatives. This man is absolutely phenomenal. His company, Russell Aviation, was built from the ground up with Chase Russell as the sole owner and founder of the company. His focus for the company is to offer affordable luxury private jet at fixed rates. This man is here today on the Gentleman Style Podcast platform to lay the groundwork for foundational and investing. Help me welcome to the stage the incredible, the amazing Mr. Chase Russell.
Hey, how's it going today, Marcus?
What's going on, sir? What's going on? Welcome to the Gentleman Style Podcast Show. Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm super excited.
Absolutely excited to have you. Thank you for joining us. This is huge. And so, sir, diving right in, I like to ask successful entrepreneurs, what's a morning routine that you do? Successful people have morning routines. What's one morning routine that you do every day that just sets the tone for the rest of your day for a productive and eventful day?
I think the most effective thing that I've done so far that is really, I could see the difference between right now and when I was first starting this out is waking up early. The first thing I do is you wake up either 3:30, 4, 5:30. I know a lot of the guys that are I mentor with and we commingle and whatnot. They're all waking up 5:30 and they exercise. They get right to it. There's a lot of science behind first thing in the morning accomplishing one thing, no matter how small it is, like making your bed or something along the lines of that. Just get something accomplished. And then also for me, drinking water right off the bat. Something about water just makes you wake right up.
That's true. That makes sense. And so exercise, drinking water, and getting up early. That's true. That's a successful thing that, people like Elon Musk, The Rock, right? A famous actor. That man says, literally, he says he only gets 4 hours of sleep a day. So that's powerful. So there you have it, sir. Mr. Russell, breaking the ice. Sir, what made you want to become an entrepreneur? Your resume is extensive and you have the mind to do anything you set your mind to. What made you want to become an entrepreneur?
So from the beginning when I was young, I just always knew, hey, I can't work for somebody. It's not necessarily that it's an ego or pride thing. I just couldn't. I knew that I had visions and dreams and I needed to build them myself. I needed to start from the ground up somewhere and just build off of that. And that I had so many ideas that I just knew from a young age that I was going to go into owning businesses. I was going to go into being an entrepreneur. And it just kind of, the older I got, the more I started realizing like, okay, I can actually do these things. Like you can really do anything you want and you can actually start a business. It's not that hard. I mean, you have the wealth and the entire world of knowledge on a computer or on your cell phone. You can research anything and it's not that difficult. A lot of people say, hey, I can't believe you're starting a private airline. And it's not that difficult. Anybody could really do it if they put their mind to it. But yeah, from a young age, I've always known I was really wanting to be an entrepreneur. I really wanted to start something and build it and just make it whatever it is my own and give it to my kids or move on to other things and just leave my name on something.
That's major. That's huge. And so that's true, right? You remind me of a famous Shark Tank, Mr. Kevin O'Leary. He says the same thing. He could not see himself working for someone. over the long term, and he went the entrepreneur route. So that's who you remind me of. That's huge. So you started in aviation. You said it's not difficult, but that's big, right? Most people say when I'm gonna start an entrepreneur journey, I think lemonade, right? I'm gonna start baseline selling lemonade. You went for aviation. What is it particularly that excited you about the aviation industry?
Well, it's something that being in the Air Force is something that I had known. I'd come to love really quickly everything about planes, and then mixing the business side into it. Just having a business that operates with planes just sounded so much, so much excitement in it. And then I'm a person that enjoys taking the hard route on many things. I think taking the hard route, you learn a lot more than taking an easy route. And to come into an industry such as the airline industry or the aviation industry, that is such an established industry, and trying to disrupt it, in my mind, I said that's probably one of the hardest things I could probably do, and I'm going to do it. So that's what made me think let's start a private airline.
Absolutely. That makes sense. That makes sense. So what is your future plans, right? What are your future plans investments wise, business wise? What are some, and can you share any of the strategies behind investing in the future? Right? We're in a pandemic. We're in a recession. The real estate market's up, Bitcoin's up, stock market's all over the place. What's future plans for you? What you got in store? What are you up to?
Oh, man, I've got my hands in everything. I I see. So if you look at the way I look at it, and I'm a part owner in a few other businesses as well. One of them happens to be the stock exchange, which is based here in Florida. He's an individual. The CEO is an individual that I've come to know, and I've mentored on most of it. Um, and he's starting the stock exchange as a way of teaching young people, high schoolers, juniors, seniors, how to start investing and managing their money. That's something I really focus on when I'm investing, is the basics of investing when it comes to the stock market, or it comes to any type of investment, real estate, and even building a business. Is okay, what's a long-term strategy here? And then on the side part with Russell Aviation, long-term with that is, we're going to love this. We're going to scale up. We're going to start scaling up 2022, purchasing more jets, building a fleet, and making it nationwide. And then I would like to move into more of the hotel resort industry as well, and have what I'm dubbing now Russell Resorts. I would like to have them all over the Caribbean. I would like to have them all over the Caribbean. I would like to have them in Cuba, actually. Cuba, if you look at the market of Cuba, it's a completely open market. You look at the Europeans, for instance. A lot of Europeans are purchasing property in Cuba, and you got to ask yourself why. I always look for what is everybody else doing that nobody's looking at, and there's always a behind the scenes to everything. And that's advice for stock investing. That's advice for owning a business. You got to look at what are they doing, because that's going to give you the forecasted trend for later. And I learned that strategy from Amazon. Amazon purchased Whole Foods. Amazon's losing a ton of money on Whole Foods, but they know long term that market share is going to be worth a lot more if they have Whole Foods under their belt, and they lose money on it every year. But they're willing, the most successful companies and the most successful people are willing to look long term. Patience is always going to win. So I steer. And with that being said, I steer clear from crypto for the most part. For the instance, the validity is that's not my type of investing. That's not the strategy I look at. I like things that are backed by assets. As far as crypto goes, it's not really backed by an asset, with the exception of the blockchaining software that they run on. That's a very real asset that's worth something, in my opinion. But I'm not a financial advisor, so.
Right. And for the protection of my guests, none of this is financial advice. Don't go out there and buy any. This is not financial advice. This is not financial tips. None of the opinions shared today comes from Mr. Chase. So I want to protect my guests with that disclaimer, putting it out there. Thank you, Mr. Chase. Thank you for that. That's huge. What is your favorite investment? Out of all the different things that you do, all the different things that you want to do, what's your favorite kind of investment?
I'm going to take the Warren Buffett route on this one. My favorite investment is investing in yourself. You are anything you want in life. You got to invest in yourself first. You want a great relationship, you got to invest in yourself first. You can't go into a relationship with all of your baggage. You got to be the best version of yourself. If you're going into an investment in the stock market, or you're buying real estate and stuff like that, and you have a ton of debt, it's no different than, it goes back to the analogy with the relationship. You're bringing a ton of baggage into that investment, and you're not making a return on it like you should be if you were debt free. So investing in yourself, investing in your personal life, investing in your mindset going into it, when you build the patience and you build the maturity and you build the wisdom that goes along, you're going to come a long way in any field, whether it's investing in the stock market, whether it's a relationship, or whether it's a business. I think you're going to benefit a lot more generally from investing in yourself versus investing in one individual thing or a few individual things.
Makes sense. Makes sense. And so I love that, right? The best investment, and he's touching on it, y'all. The best investment is yourself. Invest in education, invest in, he mentioned it earlier, right? He wakes up early and he works out, physical fitness. That's all himself. He's not, before he starts anything else, before he looks at any of investments, he makes the biggest investment in him first. So that's huge. Thank you for that. That's gold. That's gold. That's worth everything and a bag of chips. Sir, how has COVID-19, first off, I'll start here. How do people book a flight with your private company, with your private jet company?
So we're going to be starting flights in June of this year coming up, or of 2021 in June. And we're going to be starting flights just within Florida and the Southeast at that point. The way it works out is regulations with the FAA and certifications only allow you to fly certain places until you get certified on overseas flights and whatnot. So June of this summer coming up, we're going to be starting the flights here in the Southeast. You can actually book all of our flights through a mobile app. And this is important to my company because the simplicity of booking through a mobile app cuts costs for us, and therefore can be passed on to the consumer. And a lot of people ask me, hey, how can you make a private luxury jet experience that you think high profile CEOs, that you're thinking celebrities and everybody along the lines of that route can only afford and fly? How can you make that affordable to an upper middle class market? And these are the exact same things that we do, is by booking through a mobile app. I don't have to have a 20-person, 30-person sales team. You just go on the mobile app. And then it also gives the consumer complete control of your trip. You go on, you select how many seats you want, you select what type of aircraft you want, what date, what airport you want to fly out of, and then a few clicks of a button, you've got a plane, you've got a ticket, and you're ready to go. And you pay right there. It's simple.
So what sets you apart from other companies? Is it your routes that you fly? What sets you apart? What sets Russell Air Charter apart from its competition?
Yeah, so the way Russell Aviation is dubbed is it's an affordable private airline. When you think, like I said before, when you think of private airlines, you're thinking of the high profile CEOs, the super expensive. And that is true. Most private airlines that you're going to fly, or private charters, you're booking the entire aircraft. You might just have one person flying on the aircraft, and you have to book the entire aircraft, which costs tens of thousands of dollars for the average charter. An average 2-hour, 1-hour flight, you're spending tens of thousands of dollars, and you're flying on a jet with 17 seats that you don't really need. With Russell Aviation, the way we've done it is we've done a stacked pricing structure, which you're paying for yourself. You're paying it mixes the commercial airline industry in with the private industry, and it meets them in the middle. So you're paying for yourself per hour. And then it's going to, every person that comes on the plane after that. So if you want to bring your family or your friends or anything along for a vacation, every person that comes on after you pays a prorated rate per hour per person. So that's one thing that really sets us apart. And then the fact that we make it affordable is the next thing that sets us apart. What Russell Aviation's whole plan was in the very beginning, and even is now, is to bridge the gap between unpacked and unpleasant commercial flights where you're going through security and you're dealing with all that, and it's not very fun. It's not an enjoyable way to travel, but it's affordable. And then you've got, on the other side of that, you've got the private aviation industry where you're spending tens of thousands of dollars, but it is luxury and it is enjoyable, but you're spending tens of thousands of dollars, and most people don't want to do that. So how do you bring it into the middle? And there's Russell Aviation. where you're paying commercial prices, but you're also getting all the luxury and the satisfaction that comes with flying privately.
Absolutely. And what is that mobile app link?
You can find it on the Android store right now, or Apple or iOS devices right now. We don't have our mobile app out yet. It's still being revised. Apple makes it, anybody that does app development knows Apple makes it very difficult to get an app approved and on the store. We're in the works on that right now, but Android, you can just look up, you can type in Russell Aviation on your Google Play Store, and it should be the first app that comes up.
Absolutely. So there you go. There you have it, y'all. Russell Aviation. You can book a flight at an affordable rate and get the benefits of a private jet with the commercial benefits and pricing system and network. And Mr. Russell and his company is bringing it here live to you and direct. We are going to go to a quick commercial break. Stay tuned. Stay with us. We'll be right back. Good day, podcast listeners. This is your boy, Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast Show. I wanted to let you guys know that we will be rolling out a new feature and adding a join sponsor button next to the subscriber button here at the bottom of your screen. Once you click the button, it will display 3 membership levels. Gentleman Gentry, which is our entry level, Duke Duchess, which is our season level, and the Emperor and Empress, which is our most sophisticated level, which you will receive unique perks and benefits at each differing level and gain access to our community tab. We will also be sharing polls, upcoming events, and interviews, as well as receive feedback from our sponsors directly. Your support helps me find new and exciting guests to bring to the stage live. Well, in order to get the higher end speakers, it requires, well, some, you guessed it, money. So thank you for tuning in to my channel. And if becoming a sponsor sounds good to you, then select the join button below and choose your desired sponsor level. Let's continue to grow and serve the future of generations of men and women to come. Love you guys. Bye. Hey everybody, if you are just tuning in, we have the incredible, amazing Mr. Chase Russell. This man is incredible. He just broke it down, y'all. He's a father, a husband, a lawyer, and he's an aviation businessman. This man is fantastic. He's diverse, multi-talented, and above all else, he's hardworking. And he's here on the Gentleman Style Podcast. Shay, give him a round of applause, y'all. If you are just tuning in, we have the incredible Mr. Chase Russell breaking down the aviation and investment industry and how he invests as a longtime entrepreneur from a very, very young age. He's still young. I mean, look at that baby face, y'all. Look at that baby face. But an incredible man, CEO, hard charging and changing the world and making it a better place. Thank you, Mr. Russell, for coming on Gentleman Style Podcast stage. Sir, I got a question. What advice would you give to that young entrepreneur out in the audience who's watching this for the first time and he doesn't know where to invest? He doesn't know where to get started. You said the best investment is in yourself, but he's invested the time in himself. He's worked on the personal development. What's the next level? What advice would you give that young man or young woman advice on to take that next step?
I would say find what you're passionate about. When you're working on things that you're genuinely passionate about, it doesn't feel like work. It sounds cliche, and I know they've probably heard that before, but find what you're passionate about. If you love aircraft like I do, and you look up in the sky like a kid and see an aircraft flying, even where I am now, and it's still exciting for you, that's a good thing. And you found what you're passionate about. When you find what you're passionate about and when you enjoy it, it's not work anymore. And then secondly, when you think that you have a dream that is big, go to the next level on it. Find something even bigger, something that can't be done, supposedly, quote unquote, can't be done, and do it. Because when you're done with it and you take those small steps every single day to accomplish it, and then when you look back, you're going to be like, wow, I thought I couldn't get this done. And then you're done with it and you're on to the next even bigger thing. And it's an amazing feeling. And I think everybody in life should be able to feel that at one point.
Sure. Very true. Very, very, very true. What's your favorite way to give back to your community and support your community?
I'm very big into veterans organizations. Being a veteran myself, I'm very big into helping veterans and being an advocate for the veteran societies and communities. Actually, Russell Aviation just partnered with an organization out of Palm Coast, Florida, Remembering Veterans. They're an amazing organization. We're going to actually be doing flights for them to VA appointments, for the veterans to VA appointments. We're going to be doing all expense paid vacations for them to go take time with their family and just enjoy it. Because when you come home from Afghanistan, Iraq, wherever you're at, Syria, you just want to decompress. I've been in that spot, so I know you just want to decompress. I just want to spend time with my kids or my wife or my husband or whoever it is. I just want to spend time with them in a low threat environment. And that's a big passion for me in the giving back. And that's what Russell Aviation is going to continue to do. We offer first responder, teacher, military discounts to those people that are really making an impact in our community.
Wow. Wow. I had no idea. That was not pre-staged, y'all. I had no idea that this man was such a giver. So I forgot to mention in the intro, he has a heart of gold. Give him another round of applause, y'all. That's huge. That's powerful, man.
Thank you.
Sir, how can people support you? How can people find you and connect with you and grow with you? You are on a movement and you are changing the world. How can people connect?
So for me personally, you can find me on LinkedIn, Chase Russell on LinkedIn. That's where I normally do all of my connecting. You can email Russell Aviation at russellaviation@russellaircharter.com. You can also find russellaircharter.com on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. And then right now, currently, we're raising capital to continue expansion for the next year. And we're doing a WeFunder crowdfunding campaign, which is all SEC regulated. It's complete private investment, and you can find us at Russell Aviation on WeFunder. You can invest. The minimum investment's $100, and you get returns. You get investor perks at certain ranks. You can have free flights even. So go ahead and check us out on WeFunder. It gives the entire pitch, and you can find out just about anything you want about Russell Aviation right on the WeFunder.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Connect with this man. Grow with this man. Let's connect and grow. He's taking investors, y'all. This is an opportunity, right? This is an opportunity to get in. If you were ever mad or upset that you didn't get in at Amazon, if you were mad or upset you didn't get in on iPhone when it was in the ground level, when he was working in his garage, and this man isn't in his garage, he's obviously past the garage stage, right? If you were ever mad, this is the opportunity. So check him out on WeFunder. Also his website, russellaircharter.com. That's RUSSELL aircharter.com for my audio listeners. And he also you can email him and his company, Russell Aviation at russellaircharter.com. So connect with this man, support this man. We need to uplift and be a part of this movement right here. Sir, I want to thank you personally for taking time out of your busy day to give back in this way. This is huge, right? Don't ever stop. Don't ever quit what you're doing, because the world is changed by you, and what you are doing is phenomenal. I thank you, brother. I thank you for everything. Don't quit.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me on here. It's really been a pleasure talking to you, and I hopefully we can impact your guests in a positive way, and I'm so thankful for it. Thank you.
Absolutely. You've impacted me, and I know this is going to be impactful. My phone is blowing up with text messages. So I'm excited to get this out and promote you, sir. Thank you for what you do. And thank you, my audience, for tuning in. I hope this message has served you, and I hope this has been impactful, and I hope this helps, and I hope this has been an eye-opener for you if you've ever been on the cusp of wanting to take things to the next level and get on that entrepreneur and take things onto that next journey. So like I end every show, take care of your family, take care of your home, and take care of business. This is Marcus Norman of Gentleman Style Podcast and Mr. Chase Russell of Russell Aviation signing off. Love you guys. Bye.